just waiting for me to open this Snickers.
While we snicker, we snicker while you open
Snickers. Okay.
Snicker while we work.
Mhm.
Hello and welcome back to the Great Mates podcast, a show that is apparently listened to via Alexa and Google Home. Why are you doing that to us? I am apparently introing this week. I am, of course, Nick, and with me are the usual host, Josh.
Hello.
And the ever non-present Anastasia.
Sup?
How very terse of us this week.
Yeah, I think we're all tired.
Look, I'm halfway through a
and
Snickers, just like...
Yeah, that's true.
Snickers, tiredness, and chocolate
And-
comas.
Yes. Happy Easter.
Happy
Happy
non-denominational
Easter for a
chocolate
week
day.
ago.
I mean, yeah, sure. Lots of chocolate, lots of gluten. I mean, except for Anastasia, I assume. Unless you did sacrifice your gluten
We know
intolerance
Anastasia.
for...
Anastasia eats gluten and then cries about it.
You better believe I ate a
She's
a
like
lasagna.
Asians with lactose intolerance. We just keep doing it.
Look.
Look what?
The gluten-free pizza bases that my aunt had prepared were shit. So you better believe I ate a lasagna.
Oh dear. Oh boy. Have you guys seen the weird and wacky hot cross bun flavors that have been circling around?
I saw
this
white
year?
chocolate and raspberry.
Is that new, though? I don't know if it's new, but
It's still
I'd certainly-
gross.
Nah, man, sounds good.
No.
I love a
Oh,
white
the-
chocolate and raspberry scone.
Okay.
But that's
So, like-
different. The consistency of a hot cross bun doesn't
the
allow for
consistency's
it.
different, and so is like a cookie. But like hot cross bun is fine.
Yeah.
I know. For some reason, my mum bought brioche hot cross buns, and they were fucking
Oh,
gross. I'm pretty sure I just don't like brioche.
I feel like
what is
if
the
it's
hype around
brioche-
this?
Brioche.
But if it's brioche, it's not a hot
wasted
cross
in-
bun.
Yeah. No, it's not a hot cross bun.
But then for breakfast today, I just had normal hot cross buns, and we're like, nah, these are good. Like, nothing bad about
Traditional,
them.
yeah?
I don't like fruit
Just
in
fruit and
my
spice.
cake. No, I don't like fruit in my cake. So I'm not
But
actually...
hot cross buns aren't cakes?
So
Like
you're the
breaded
reason they make the
objects.
fruitless ones, which are a monstrosity.
Fucking chocolate chip hot cross buns are the shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
The problem is you can't put the chocolate chip ones in the toaster.
Oh, yeah, no, because you'll...
I beg to differ.
I feel that was going to ruin your toaster.
Look, my toaster's already fucked, let's be honest. I put
I
banana bread in
suppose.
there all the time.
Oh, well...
I know of people who turn it on the side and put cheese on toast inside. The
Oh, do they
toaster.
make the toasties in there?
I used to do that until I realised we didn't clean out our toaster
Oh.
enough.
Until you
so
dripped
that, like,
cheese
all
on
of the
the
crumbs...
element?
No. All of the crumbs from the bottom of the toaster just kind of caught on fire.
Oh, oh dear.
So buy a toaster oven.
Is the moral of the story...
Yeah, but they're so
buy a toaster?
expensive. Just like the oven works fine.
Oven
They're
does
like
work
70,
fine.
They're like $70, unless you get like a little one that's just for toast, and then that's like $30. But still, you can get a toast for $8. Just like get an $8 toaster, just ruin it. Just be like, this
Make
is
it-
the designated to be destroyed toaster.
Oh, yeah. This is the let's turn it on its side and make ham and cheese toasted sandwiches with it kind of toaster. Yeah. You know. As you do.
Why do you have two toasters in your house? Why is there one on its side?
I mean, it makes sense. Like, we have two blenders here at home. One is to make, one is specifically for making chili paste. Like, you know.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Dual purposes. Come on.
Well, wouldn't you use a food processor?
It's not the same.
What do you mean? It's a
Also,
bladed
we also make a
object.
lot of chili paste though. It's sort of like you make a shit ton in one go.
Right.
And the blender just makes it a lot easier rather than a food processor. Don't question my judgment.
Well, because we make
Years
chili
ago-
paste, but we use a food processor.
Oh yeah.
We'd have like a hand food processor thing that is like attachments for a stick blender. It works well. I chop
Oh, yeah.
onions in it and crush what are they called?
Sorry.
Biscuits. That's what they're called, biscuits. And I use it for a lot of things. But also I remember years ago when Mum was working in disabilities, they had a designated blender for this one client who couldn't eat solid foods. And Mum said the worst thing to ever blend, because it was like you had to blend everything for her. The worst thing was an entire Big Mac meal.
Whoa.
Like the burger, the fries, and the Coke.
It
Why
just
would you
turns
even
into a
bother?
weird. Yeah, it
Just
just
blend
turns into
something else.
A weird shade of brown.
Because
grey.
she had to, because she felt bad if she didn't eat the same as everyone else.
And everyone
So-
decided to eat Big Macs?
Well, it was like because it was like day program, so
Oh,
treat McDonald's and
Yeah.
Yeah, other times it
Okay.
just be like tasting soft drinks, which is fine because you can have
Uh-huh.
liquids.
Yes,
But,
you
yeah.
don't need to blend liquid.
No,
Yeah.
but yeah, Mother
okay.
always regrets the blended Big Mac.
I feel like I've definitely seen some YouTuber do that.
Yeah, it is a popular thing of being like, look how gross this is.
Just don't do it. Just don't blend. No, I think it was Rhett and Link, probably, because they do all that weird food shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Epic
Maybe?
Mealtime did it as well.
Probably. I think Smosh took a hit in it at some point.
Yeah, I think it was like a real big, like 2008 YouTube thing.
Oof. Those were times. Much, much simpler times.
Much simpler time.
Speaking of simpler times, Anastasia,
I don't know what the segue's doing, but yes.
we were talking before we started recording something about video games on
Apps.
apps, those things.
Yeah, look. I've done a thing where I've re-downloaded Cut the Rope,
Oh boy,
and
that was
that was yesterday. And what level am I on? So they've redone it into seasons for whatever reason, and I'm on season 2, box 8. So
what does that mean?
I don't know. I think I'm on. So technically, it's box 11, and each box has about 25 levels.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm on box. Jesus. Okay, there's 5 boxes in the first season.
Okay.
So it's and then I'm on the 8th box of the second season. So it's a lot of levels.
Good lord.
I have been procrastinating muchly.
Yeah, I feel that.
Spending your term break wisely.
Yes, not with those 5 assignments that are due the first day back.
Yeah, exactly. Not when
No.
when you're like an entire module behind work. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
no.
just casually,
Yeah.
you know.
I also re-downloaded Jetpack Joyride.
I have no idea
Oh,
what that game is.
that's another dated reference right there.
What is that game even?
It's just an endless runner, but with jetpacks and firing guns.
So
at,
like Temple Run, but jetpack.
yes, and side scrolling.
It's a Flappy Bird.
And you can there's dragon jetpacks and.
So, you can upgrade your jetpack, you can, upgrade your, outfit, you can get gadgets, you can get, a robot dog that follows behind you.
That robot dog
and
is really
collects coin.
useful.
Yes, and it's cute. That's all that matters. And then there's, different, what do they call them? Devices or transportation that you can get to, increase your chances and blah, blah, blah. One of them's a dragon, and it's just cool.
It's just another game to waste time with.
How old is that game?
I think 2011.
I remember, playing it when it first came out, and then re-downloading it years later and being like, "Oh, they've added a lot to this game," and then playing it straight for 2 weeks, and being then just losing interest in it every phone game.
Well, they've currently got an Easter special on, so I'm just you have to collect Easter eggs and you get a bunny costume or whatever, and that's my life currently. I did collect the bunny costume, in case you were wondering.
Hashtag not spawned, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. How is it that Cut the Rope was... Hang on. Why did it give me that? I don't want the sequels to Cut the Rope. When was this originally
There are so
premiered?
many sequels.
2010.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was looking at... The Google search gave me something 2013. I'm like, that's not the... I remember it from...
No, there's 3
further
or
back.
4 sequels.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
Cut the
and
Rope
so many
2, Cut the
rip-offs.
Rope Magic.
Of course.
Yeah, there's Burn the Rope, which is a good one.
Oh, did you guys see that Niantic has started promoting the Harry Potter
I saw some
Real
stuff
World?
about it a month or 2 ago, and was
Oh, yeah.
this just looks like every other Harry Potter phone game and Pokemon Go, which is exactly what it is, and I just don't have time for that. Even I stopped playing Pokemon Go because I ran out of Pokeballs, and I was like,
Really?
I ain't gonna play this anymore. I only started playing it for Let's Go Eevee. I was like, oh yeah, I should probably
okay.
because it's got the integration. I should probably get the most of it.
Yeah. But then you kind of...
But then I realized Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are terrible games, and
Hot take.
I mean,
it's fine if it actually was not a remake of a remake of a remake of a remake, and actually utilized more than just first gen Pokemon.
True. Yeah, unfortunately.
Especially when mostly in my area I had Gen 3 Pokemon. So I was like, oh yeah, I can't transfer these over. Sorry, poor Zigzagoon and Seagull and... No, Wingull. That's its name, Wingull. And Seedots. And what else?
Yes.
What else? Other Gen 3 Pokemon.
What other Gen 3 Pokemon are there? Is that the Trico Piplup one?
No, the starters are Trico, Mudkip, and...
Mudkip and Chikorita.
No.
No?
No, and Torchic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Never-
I'm conflating
You have
all
never
my...
sounded
I'm
more like a
conflating all
dad.
my... and I'll admit it. I only play Pokemon Go because I've probably put a little bit too much money into buying expansions and shit on this.
Josh.
Well, to be fair, the trick there is that you do the Google surveys and then you use that instead of forking out real money.
See, I do the surveys differently, and then like get $60 every 6 months, and then use that to buy things.
True.
Like real things. Which, to be honest, are comic books, which are not real things either. But whatever.
Fair enough. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, with the Harry Potter apps, I remember when the one where it's like, you're a Hogwarts student, was like the most exciting thing. And then I remember downloading it and then never opening it. So I just don't give a fuck.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like if I'm on my phone, I already am looking for short attention span. I ain't here for anything with stories or anything with anything that you got to like learn how to play. That's why mostly on my phone, I'm just playing Solitaire and Rummikub because they're two games I already know how to play.
Yeah. I go between like Sudoku and now Cut the Rope. Oh, and Wordscapes, which is like...
Yeah, I used to play some of those, but then
I'm on like level...
And...
I'm on like level 1400 of Wordscapes. So
Jesus.
Yeah, look, my entire like cohort got really deep into it when we went to Adelaide.
Okay.
And so like every time we would be like outside waiting for a show, everybody would be playing it. It got real bad.
Oh dear.
And a lot of people dropped off, but I have stayed.
Are you the last person standing?
No.
Oh,
actually, you know what? Probably. I'm either one of two, or I am the last person. Ding, 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 dink.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Look, I've had lots of chocolate today, mainly because we have no food in our house. So for lunch, I had a handful of Ferrero Rochers.
Oh my
That is not lunch.
That's what I saw.
And
Hey, look, it has all of the important food groups: lactose,
chocolate,
nuts, gluten.
Yeah. No, we can be even smarter about this. It has dairy. It has grains.
It has the wheat.
It has protein to some extent.
Protein, yeah. Nuts, good source of protein.
Oh, hazelnuts are, yeah.
Hazelnut. Nuts.
Sugar, carbohydrates. I can't remember which fatty acid. You still got lipids too, just because, you know.
Yeah, we've hit a point now where...
And chocolates are berries. Like, chocolate is a berry.
Does it count to your 2 and 5? No, it doesn't. Does it?
Sure it does.
In what
anything counts if you say it counts.
Okay, so am I getting my 2 and 5 a day because I have coffee? Because coffee's a bean?
Yes.
Yes.
If you believe hard enough, then yes.
Coffees are bean. Then I am getting my 2 and 5 a day. Oh, that would... Yeah, I'm getting 10 and... 10. So much coffee. God.
Well, it depends. How many beans is a serving, and then how many beans are in a coffee?
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, are you having, like, 5 servings of your daily bean level?
2...
which reminds me, you'll see the meme of the baked beans in a Easter bunny chocolate thing?
No.
I mean, I don't even need to share it because you can imagine it yourself, just like a Cadbury chocolate bunny with half its ear missing and filled to the brim with baked beans.
Oh.
I hate baked beans at the best of times, let alone when it's ruining my chocolate.
I don't know.
I was like, yes, internet, you have interneted.
Yes. That's when the internet has out-interneted itself.
You have interneted the most.
Anyway, listeners may know that the three of us are very avid fans of Gay Christmas, aka Eurovision.
Which I will interject here. Some people
Yes.
refuse to acknowledge it as Gay Christmas. I'm like,
Is it the straight people?
no, apparently it's actually a lot of the gay people who are like, no,
Really?
Mardi Gras is not Gay Christmas. I'm like, well, clearly you just don't like the song contest because
Yeah.
evidently it is flashy, full of the gays.
Yes, and very, very extra.
Yeah, it is Gay Christmas.
Yes,
Well,
it
is
is
it-
Gay Christmas.
Well, if Mardi Gras is...
Mardi Gras is Gay Easter,
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
basically.
Well, I mean, Mardi Gras is ostensibly an Easter celebration.
Yes, it is the day before Ash Wednesday, the start of Lent, technically speaking. But
I feel like-
the gays
I
have
feel
since
like
reclaimed
Eurovision-
it.
Well,
I
only
feel
in
like
Australia.
Eurovision is more of like a
Uh,
gay Hanukkah.
Gay Hanukkah?
Yeah. I just...
I mean, Australian Mardi Gras does have a bit of the gay Hanukkah to it.
Yeah.
And,
And-
there was suffering.
and this year's
now they're
Eurovision-
celebrating the sufferings. Yes, and then this
And
year's,
this year's
Eurovision.
Eurovision is definitely Gay Hanukkah.
Well, yeah.
Isn't it... What is it? Dare to Dream is the fucking theme.
I
I don't know because they're
remember.
all stupid and vague and run together.
Yeah, they are.
I just remember the year in Ukraine where they overcapitalized on the gayness, mainly because of some Russia's lack of
entry.
entry and lack of gay or their homophobia. And
Yes.
Oh, that was the year that they kissed on... Yeah.
there was a lot of bullshit that was going on at that Eurovision.
Yeah.
There was a lot of
Okay.
booing. I remember the booing.
Oh, I remember that too.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's every
Christ, that was-
Eurovision. Like, especially
No, but I think it was
yeah,
very
there was
apparent.
there
It was
was a
especially
lot
bad
that
that
year.
year.
I think they've also taken a bit from pro wrestling and learning how to tune out the boos.
Yeah. Was that the... Okay, because
Well, that
that
was
was
also-
the year post-Crimea, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a
yeah,
story, and also that I think that also kind of kickstarted the hey, let's invade the stage aspect of Eurovision,
Oh,
which
God.
can just get all the way the fuck out.
Yeah.
Where is it this year? Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
I have...
Which was the right place of putting it?
I mean, where else would they put it?
Jerusalem, which would have been a real bad idea.
Oh, yeah, no.
I love that
No
everyone
way.
like once Israel won. Everyone's like Jerusalem, and I was like, yeah, no, that's a
How
really
about
bad
fuck
idea.
off?
Like,
You wanna-
How about... No.
how
How
about just Tel
about-
Aviv? Tel Aviv works a lot better and isn't going
And
to like this is
isn't
already going to be
going
filled
to-
with controversy. Let's
Yeah.
not put it
Let's
in an
keep
active
it in
war
the
zone.
least controversial place. In arguably a very controversial area to begin with.
Well, I mean, if Cyprus
yes.
won, it still would have been in a controversial place.
Yes, that's true.
Just a little bit less controversial.
than where it will be this year. Yeah, so Dare to Dream. That is an interesting.
Hella vague.
Dear me. What
I
was
mean,
last
yeah,
year's?
Last year was be a creepy, hand-rubbing, weird guy.
Huh?
Okay, that really helps, Nick.
No, that was the theme. We are creepy and weird and rub our hands together. We are Portugal.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's right. I barely watched the last year's one because I was so
You were in
busy.
production, I think.
you were.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
I mean, I'm
I,
going.
I still don't think I've seen... I think I saw the finale, but I didn't see the semi-finals. And I meant to go and rewatch them, and I never did.
No.
Sad.
Last year was the year of the fuckboy. I remember that very
Yeah.
distinctively.
There were more than average, but there weren't that many.
Yeah, they were still
It
quite
was enough to be
prominent,
notable.
though.
Yeah, there were a couple too many.
There were yeah.
Like usually there's like one or two, and there was a few.
No, last year there was like 4 or 5. I was like, I mean, yeah, and then, dear Lord. But anyway, we shall leave.
I won't know
additional
until I watch it, because I'm doing the same thing as I did last year. Watching it,
What's that?
going in empty.
You have to. I don't agree with listening to the song beforehand.
I mean, I'm already upset that I know Australia's entry, but that's a whole nother
same.
issue. which we've gone into before, I believe.
I
That
don't
I've been a
think
part of.
so.
Either way, Australia decided incorrectly.
Look.
Well, you know.
Our entries were shit.
Yeah, it was.
Kate Miller Heidke was the most like.
The one
like,
entry I
out
liked came last. Whatever.
I don't know. Okay, so I don't know how she got lower than the contestant who didn't provide a full
Well, yes.
song before the finals.
And there was Rock Mum, and there was...
There was the really cool duo. I think they went second, and they came second maybe.
Yeah.
Was this
I was really banking on them.
Is this the indigenous guy and
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
They were fucking cool.
Yeah, that would have been a
was
fine
actually
entry.
really good. But yeah.
Eurovision just isn't as crazy as it used to be, and I'm just like,
I don't know. Have you seen Toy?
I don't-
Toy is...
like, but,
You know, chicken lady,
but like,
one
no,
last
Pikachu
year.
cat.
I mean, in terms of like staging, like I used to see like people in glass boxes. I used to see people flying from the roof.
I think
all of the
think-
fire, hair
I think
tied
the-
together.
Yeah, but
I
I
think
think
the
that's also
reason-
the past. Like, I think that's an
Yes.
accumulation of the past, in that you remember what's spectacular and then roll them in together. Like last year,
Yeah.
we had the great door performance.
Oh, I love that one.
need
The
to be-
multi-door
I need to be
performance was
educated.
amazing. Was that
What country?
the
6 dancers playing 3 characters.
Was that I had it here before. Hang on.
Wasn't Moldova.
Was it Dore Dos or something?
Yeah, I believe
Was it
the
Moldova?
band was called Dore Dos.
It was Moldova.
Moldova. It is
It
Moldova.
was Moldova. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Just
That one was like creatively the best.
and
Yeah,
what's even
no,
better is seeing the behind the scenes. The behind the scenes is more impressive
yeah.
than the actual performance.
Because you have a look at the setup behind the 3 doors.
Yeah, and
And
you're
there
amazed.
are like grips everywhere and like holy shit. But yeah, I don't know. So you know how we were discussing like, was this going to be the first post-Brexit Eurovision?
Well, no.
Yeah.
Unfortunately
Not
not.
any- well,
hopefully
which-
there is
which is
never.
a shame.
Hopefully there is never a post-Brexit Eurovision. But
I'm surprised. Okay. And I think we discussed this like in group chat. Is like, I'm surprised the gays haven't revolted against. If they realized that Brexit could jeopardize the UK's position and influence in Eurovision,
well, I mean,
made-
technically no. Technically,
yes, of course not.
But also, there was a bit on John Oliver a week or two ago of just like people in England being like, "No, Brexit's already happened. I believe it's happened," and John Oliver being like,
But
"Cool,
it hasn't.
Cool. You believe Brexit's happened. That way, we don't have to have Brexit. You just believe that the UK isn't part of the EU, and the rest of us will still be part of the EU." Also,
Yeah.
just the stupid people shooting themselves in the foot with Brexit being like, I like to import flowers from Spain, but still, I like Brexit. It's like, no, that's going to kill your business. If you are a flower importer, you are going to...
If you're an importer of any kind, you will be doomed.
Or if you work, like, if you employ a migrant workforce, you will be doomed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and let's not forget, like, how many postdoc researchers from Europe work in the UK. Oh.
Well, yeah.
Oh, what fun. Oh, what fun.
But anyway, the reason we brought up Eurovision in the first place...
Oh, yeah. I forgot we had a point.
What was the point? I forgot.
The point was, I saw today, I'm not sure how new...
Was it today?
I saw it today,
was that
but
today?
Well, I shared it today.
I mean... okay,
but I don't know if it was...
I
don't know if it was
today.
announced today or what.
It was announced technically, like, more than 24 hours ago.
Yeah, so like yesterday, kind of.
Yeah.
Time zones are weird.
Mm-hmm.
But yes,
Oh, yes.
the news is that there is a almost circle jerk of Eurovision brilliance.
I don't... Why?
Why what?
It's
Why
a
the
human
term?
centipede of Eurovision.
That doesn't...
Nectarine.
Yeah? I mean, it makes more sense than incomplete circle jerk, yes.
So it is Conchita singing Måns' Heroes, which will be interesting. Then
Okay.
Måns singing Fuego from last year,
Oh, boy.
which, I mean, yeah, eye candy singing Hot Song.
So how much are we gonna put that he's not going to be? He won't have a shirt on, and he will also be wearing leather pants. How much are we willing to bet that is what Måns will do?
I think your odds will be like $1.05.
Yeah.
Was he a host again this year?
No.
No.
Damn.
Come on.
We just all love that man.
Well, I mean,
It's half the reason I hope Sweden wins every year. I'm like,
somehow
just Måns and Petra.
Okay, somehow the BBC got Måns to host the UK selection this year. I was like, what?
I mean,
why?
The man probably isn't doing that much. He can probably take some time out to go to England.
True.
And also, it's a good Brexit. Like being like, don't do Brexit. We won't be able to bring Måns over so easily.
Oh dear. But yes, so Måns is singing Eleni Ferreira's Fuego. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, 100% is going to be so shirtless. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. The fact is like, how short are these pants gonna be, or are there even gonna be pants?
They're just going to be tight. I reckon.
Yeah, no, I think there's going to be like full length pants, but very tight.
Yeah, they'll just be real tight.
And maybe a very small shirt.
What? Like mesh?
Yeah, like mesh or something.
It's like how
To add
how
to
much
like
of
the
a
allure of the song.
allure? not the gayness at all.
Well, I mean, yes, it is also going to be very gay no matter how they put it.
Yeah. Okay, so Eleni is going to sing what?
Eleni sings Dancing Lascia Tumbai.
I need to revisit this song.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you not just know that song off, like, at least the chorus? Because, oh boy, is that going to be an
No.
interesting
probably.
watch.
Wait, what country does this person represent?
Are they Moldova?
Who? Eleni?
No, Verka.
Morocco? Ukraine.
Ukraine.
But they sing in German?
Yes.
Ah, Eurovision, you never cease to amaze me. I forget that they can do that. But it's just... it's just very weird to see German for the first half of this song.
I mean,
I'll
it's
watch
also
it later.
weird to see a alien drag queen singing
with
songs.
69 written on the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is this okay? So is she is she the precursor to RuPaul's lip sync battle? Is that what's happening? Did she inspire? All I'm saying is, did she inspire RuPaul's Drag Race? And if so, I'm
No,
surprised.
I think RuPaul inspired RuPaul's Drag Race.
Maybe RuPaul co-opted this this
Look,
drag queen.
Look, I don't think we see enough drag in Eurovision personally.
Well, look, maybe Måns will turn up in a leather dress. Who knows?
Who knows? Anything is possible.
Literally anything is possible if it's Måns Temmerlo doing anything on Eurovision. But yes, so and Verka is singing.
To complete the Eurovision Human Centipede, is performing last year's winner Netta's Toy.
Oh, if it's not going to be crazy enough doing the original.
If Toy wasn't already one of the batshit craziest songs we've seen in quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually, thinking about that, it calling it one of the most batshit crazy things we've seen in a while in Eurovision probably isn't even true, because we've seen some weird shit in Eurovision. We've seen a man do a duet with himself.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! Don't remind me.
One of my highlights is the yodel rap.
Yes, the yodel rap,
the
which
yodel rap
is actually a decent song.
It's actually good.
That is probably a bad take, but yeah, it's a very interesting song.
Mm-hmm.
What else weird shit have we seen lately?
Oh my god!
Tall dresses.
Very tall dresses.
Very tall
with
dresses.
Weird dementor
which is happening.
flying.
Yeah, which is probably going to happen again this year for Australia.
Yep. What else is there?
Do you remember there was the twins and they had their hair braided together on a seesaw?
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was a thing.
Yeah, that was Russia a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was Russia.
Oh, I thought we were briefly talking about like Jedward's.
Oh, I was about to say Jedward, who got soaked under a water fountain.
Iconic.
And their other song, which no one remembers.
Yeah, I don't remember. One of the weird things have happened at Eurovision.
Look, you're talking about weird things at Eurovision. There's just so much.
Like the weirdest of the weird.
There was that.
There was the weird faceless mannequins last year.
Faceless mannequins.
Yeah, the faceless mannequins last year. That was. Who was it? They didn't even make it through to They didn't make it to the grand final, and they had it because they weren't allowed to have that many people on stage. They had mannequins, and they were like, "Haha, we found a loophole."
Oh.
Eurovision was like, "I suppose you found a loophole." So they just had a stage crowded with like 80 mannequins, which is a bad decision.
You want that? No. That's a bad decision.
Not only is the stage very crowded.
Oh, okay. So it was Romania's entry? Is that it?
Yeah, probably.
It was Romania.
Romania. Even last year, just the fake audio problems from who was that?
Oh, that was I know who you're talking about. This is who was I know the name of the song, but I don't remember who sang it.
Which I will say that is also a great
song.
It's a great song until you see the translation of the lyrics, which I find a lot for like native language Eurovision songs. Once you translate the lyrics, they're very nothing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like they just got a 3-year-old to write the song.
I mean, I feel like the UK song every year has been a nothing.
Oh, I mean, no, I think the UK does okay lately. Once they stopped putting dried up famous
Engelbert
people,
Humperdinck.
once they stopped with the Engelbert Humperdinck.
Well, they've gone back to people that are in the same age group as Adele. So,
Yeah, that's
Who
probably
knows?
a decent idea.
oh dear.
Yeah, I also don't agree with what are they, the big four, the big three, the big four,
Big Five?
five?
Yeah, it's 5 because it's 6 overall, 3 spread between each semi-final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like consistently they've been putting out not great
Oh yeah,
performers every
Yeah.
year. And
Oh
I'm just
no,
like,
it's a deliberate choice
yeah,
because they
Like-
don't have to fight with anyone.
yeah, but like
Yeah, but
to
still,
the point where it
at
gets to
least
the finale
trying.
and it's like, oh, well, this
Yeah.
is boring.
Yeah.
like Germany did okay a couple years ago. Italy,
Ooh,
it-
yeah.
Italy's been consistent. Well, I mean, Germany won, but with a overall pretty bad song. Italy's been
Yes.
trying. Like,
I mean, France last year was interesting.
yeah, France has been trying a couple. Then again, they had Mustache a couple years prior, which
Oh, I love that one.
oh,
Oh, boy.
yeah, that was some interesting Frenchness. It's
Well, I mean,
in my
yeah.
opinion, the best French song wasn't even France; it was Austria.
In what year?
24?
It was only a couple of years ago.
No. Yeah,
Is
it
this
was.
the same year Germany decided to try and go with the K-pop girl?
Maybe if you're talking about ghosts, depends on.
Maybe. Yes, I'm talking about Ghost.
Which, again, is a song I really liked until I listened to the lyrics and was like, this is a terrible song. Yes. Yeah, probably would have been that year, because that was like when I was completely into it, like, analysing every entry, and now I'm just like, just give me the gay Christmas songs.
Oh dear.
But no, hopefully this year is decent.
We'll see.
Hopefully, I can actually watch it.
Yeah, well, if I'm at a school or something, that's going to make it a bit hard to watch stuff.
Because it's like mid-May, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's May 14, 16, and 18.
Yeah.
The latest it's
I
ever
mean-
been is my birthday. Yay, my birthday.
Well, 14, 16, 18 local, but it will be 15, 17, 19 for us. Because time zones.
Mm.
And I think this is going to... Oh no, actually, this isn't going to be the latest it's ever been for us. Because we had that 1 year in Kazakhstan? I think? There was 1 year There was 1 year it was even further east. So, but yeah.
No, but
Anyway.
it's still... I'm pretty sure it's still broadcast, like, same time
Is it-
every year.
Is it based on Europe time?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's, like, based
that how
on
that works?
so it can be played prime time in all European countries, more or less.
I see.
Because part of the rules is, like, you have to broadcast it live, and you have to broadcast it live in its entirety. That's why there was the problems with, like, China editing out tattoos and
yep.
gayness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tattoos and gayness, the two cardinal sins.
Oh dear.
Alright, I think we've exhausted Eurovision. For
Have we?
Well, to talk about Eurovision a month before it happens
Well, yes.
is excessive
that's
even
true.
for us.
Yes. Fair enough. That's true.
It's a
Anyway.
shame that we can't, like, spread Eurovision over 2 episodes to make, like, in a timely manner. Because of...
Yeah.
Just like we will,
Yeah.
we will record an episode, then Eurovision will happen, and then we will record another episode.
Yeah.
If it was like
Yeah.
Eurovision happens, we record, then Eurovision finishes and we record, that would be a lot better. Eurovision, change your dates for us, please.
fit our schedule.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because God
dear.
forbid we can refrain.
I mean, you know, we might, who knows? But yeah. What were we going to segue to from this? Or
Anastasia wanted to talk about musicals because Eurovision
yes.
Song Contest and musicals go pretty much hand in hand, and that's not irony. Like, that's not sarcasm.
What did you say before, Nick? That Eurovision was like
Musicals.
a 3-minute musical?
No, I said it was a
you-
3-day
like a
musical.
3-day musical.
I said it was a collection
It
of
was a lot of musicals.
Yeah, I said like 3-minute musicals because each performance is a fucking road trip in itself.
Ooh, oh yeah. A musical anthology. That's interesting. But yeah, we just compared it to Wagner's The Ring Cycle. Everything comes back to Wagner.
Look, most of my fucking education is about the fucking ring cycle, so I'm over it.
It makes sense. But yeah, you wanted to talk about musicals, Anastasia?
Yeah. So I did want to piggyback off of last week where we threw out recommendations and I was like, Hades Town, and then didn't explain what it was about.
Yeah.
In the hastiness that is the outro.
In the hastiness that is the outro and 12 o'clock at night. So, and I've been listening to it all this week because I'm obsessed. But it is about the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, and also focusing on Persephone and Hades. But it's told in this it's like almost soulful, like it's such a specific style of music. It's like a big band, but it's like dirty almost. It's very they call it a folk pop opera, something super wanky.
Okay.
Because it's based off of A&E Mitchell's concept album, which is a folk opera album, but then they made it into an entirely orchestrated thing. And it's just amazing. And then I saw some photos of the set today because it opened on Broadway 2 days ago. And the set is this amazing, multi-layered, 3-tiered revolve where the middle section goes down and becomes a trap so that people can enter whilst it's down and then come up in the middle of the stage. And the entire band is also on the stage. And it's got probably one of the most innovative lighting designs I've seen in main stage theatre on the other side of the world in quite some time. It's just, it blows my mind. It'll be the next, hopefully it catches on, it'll be the next big thing. Yeah, and I have this slight obsession with the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, because I saw an amazing, I don't know if you would call it a play, it was more like spoken word poetry done to accompanied by an acoustic guitar, where they retold the story of Orpheus at Fringe, and it was beautiful. Ever since then I've been obsessed, and then all of a sudden this rolls around. And it's just Orpheus and Eurydice is the classic romantic trope, and I'm just done with it. Josh, fucking listen to it. Nick, fucking listen to it. Get your shit together.
I'm probably not. I'm not even going to pretend like I will.
But it is so good. Just maybe wait until they release a Broadway cast album, because the current cast album they have out is from, I think, 2016, and it's live, and they don't include all of the songs.
Oh,
so it's just,
okay.
It's not a great time. I've been spending a lot of my time watching bootlegs. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's amazing. It's really hard to explain in terms of genre,
Uh-huh.
but it's good. I don't know. It stars Reeve Carney and Eva Noblezada. So like, Eva Noblezada's like my girl. Is there any acknowledgement of her? Come on,
I
Josh.
don't know.
Come on, Josh. You know her. She is. I'm gonna fuck it up. She played Miss Saigon on Broadway and West End, and
Oh.
she is. Oh my god. What is the thing she's most famous for?
I don't... What's her name?
Eva Noblezada. She is.
Noblezada. What are you?
She is
most
Filipino.
famous?
You know, I think she's.
Is she?
Yes. I think she's most
Huh.
famous for playing Kim in Miss Saigon.
Okay. Have a look. Oh, okay. Oh,
I want
okay.
to say she was involved in something Disney, but I could be
It
so
says
very
here
wrong.
she was in Les Mis.
I don't know why I'm thinking she was involved in something Disney. I don't know.
Okay. Huh. Interesting.
Like I've been linking videos to the group chat all week of Hades Town and like previews. Has anybody watched anything? Has
No.
No,
anybody-
unfortunately, I have not.
You try.
I will watch it after we're done.
Just at least the Instagram ones. The choreography is amazing. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. Do you want me to segue into the next? I have so
Yeah,
many.
sure.
I have so many musical things to talk about. So a show I did see this week was The Last 5 Years. It was done at Ensemble Theatre, which I think is Pro-Am. So it wasn't like a big main stage. Like production.
It's not a big production house, right?
No, it's small. It's like it runs on subscriptions from old white people. Like it's
Ah,
it's
that's
really
an interesting way to do
quite
it.
yeah. Yeah, we were definitely like some of the youngest people in the audience. Yeah, and the we've all watched the movie, I think. And I personally hated the movie because it just doesn't make sense on a purely narrative basis. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And the reason the stage show makes more sense is because it's staged in a way where the two actors don't ever interact with each other, like properly, until that middle point. Because she's moving backward in time and he's moving forward in time, so they're telling the story that way, and then they meet in the middle and they interact, but then they kind of are always on separate sides of the stage, and it just, with that weird moving like timeline, it's really hard to catch on. And I think in the movie, with them constantly interacting and like having spoken scenes, which the stage musical also does not.
Yeah, but the movie also has
That
Anna
often?
Kendrick.
The movie also has Anna Kendrick, and I don't mind her.
Ooh.
Look, I don't mind her.
Nah, she's
just-
got a bit too big for her boots as of late.
She, like, when you're casting a movie adaptation of a musical, please just cast Broadway people. Please.
I
Like,
mean,
think
also,
Jeremy Jordan was okay.
like, yeah, especially when there's so many Broadway actors who are in cinema and TV nowadays.
Just so many. Just anybody would have. The movie's awful.
I mean, so much so that the CW made a musical episode of Flash because they were like, oh, we have all these singers in our cast and they don't sing. Let's just have them sing for one episode.
Well,
Was that-
'cause
was that the
it was the
episode
crossover
where-
with Supergirl as well, because it had Melissa
But was that
Benoist.
the one where Darren Chris?
Yeah, where Darren Criss was the
cameoed?
villain. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
As the worst.
I didn't watch.
Like,
I haven't watched
I
either
love
of the
Darren
series, and I
Criss.
watched that one episode.
but that character is Neil Patrick Harris, and they could have just got Neil Patrick Harris. It would have
I mean,
made
they
the same
could've.
sense because it's the CW, and CW is all about young hot people. And
This
Yes.
is true.
Neil Patrick Harris is not young, unfortunately.
Young at heart.
Yeah, he's still a child doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, he was.
Is
And always will be.
then, now, forever.
Yeah.
Because they were, like, all in Glee at one point, pretty much.
Well, yes,
Like,
that as well.
the-
That as well.
The Flash. I think Melissa Benoist was in
yes.
Glee.
Yeah.
What Carlos Santana? Is that what his last name is?
I don't.
Valdez, sorry. Carlos Valdez is a former Star Kid as well. From like he played. You can see him playing guitar in the first Potter musical sort of thing.
Oh, is he? Ah.
Mm.
That's such a small world. Oh, okay. So he. Ah, okay. He co-wrote "Me and My Dick"
Yes.
and AVPM, and also did
in Twisted.
music for ABPM and Twisted. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Twisted!
Yeah. So it's just like that entire show is just filled with musical theatre people anyway. So why
That's
not cast
hilarious.
them in musical adaptations, movies,
I mean,
instead of
And
instead
stop
of
casting
MS.
Rebel Wilson in so many films.
Her movies keep coming up on Netflix, and I cannot bring myself to watch any of them.
I mean, because
I hate.
I
her
don't
movies.
have pay TV at Dad's place. I've had to watch like free to air, and there's just so many terrible ads and like terrible. Well, there's terrible shows, terrible ads, and terrible movie trailers. And so many times I'm just looking at Dad, being like, "That movie is so good. I'm totally gonna have to go see that."
oh my god.
Like, oh look, it's what the fuck did I say? Oh, Old Women Cheerleaders. I was like, oh yeah, totally perfect movie for me.
Look, we barely go to the cinemas as it is anymore. It's not really a social thing. It's fucking expensive. And
Yeah.
everybody just waits for it to come onto the internet anyway to watch it from the comfort of our
Well, I mean, I
homes.
said that about Shazam. I will wait for home video release for that one. But
Look,
most other
I
stuff,
went-
like, yeah,
I went and saw it. Only because we had like 3 or 4 hours to kill before we had to go back to work. Like I had a shift, but we were kicked out of the building for like a few hours. So we were like, I guess we'll go watch a movie. And the only movie that was on was Shazam. And I don't regret it. It was pretty good. I think somebody was saying like it's too much cheese. It's a good coating of cheese.
I mean, also, as the resident comic book person, Shazam is all cheese. Like, it's literally about an 11-year-old kid who turns into an adult superhero and has the powers from an old wizard. Like, it's gonna be stupid.
Yeah, there's no serious
No, there is...
dramatic.
No. Yeah, this isn't your dark DC that people are unfortunately used to.
Is Shazam DC? I don't.
Yes.
Yeah? I don't,
Yes.
I don't
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
know.
Yeah. Wasn't DC
So,
at one stage, but then was bought by DC after
yeah.
various years. Also,
So
why
are
the
we gonna
character's not called Captain Marvel, because the name copyright or the name trademark lapsed. Marvel took it, and then DC couldn't get the name to the character back.
Oh, rip.
Also, it would be just weird for DC to have a character called Captain Marvel.
Yeah. There'd be all sorts of weird branding shit that would follow them. So are we gonna see a crossover with somebody in the further Shazam movies?
Probably not.
Nah, I think Shazam is gonna be a standalone.
Standalone. I think it works fucking perfectly well as a standalone.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it
probably
depends
better that way.
If they do well with the Flashpoint coming up, maybe, but I don't think so.
Because I think a lot of his powers kind of are contradicted by other DC.
Well, yeah,
Characters,
he
anyway.
was originally a Superman knockoff,
Yeah.
so yeah, nah. Yeah, just everywhere I'm like, no, that doesn't really work. But yeah, they tried to put him in the Justice League comics like 5 years ago, and it just didn't quite work.
Yeah, I think because his powers are like almost they are Superman's powers. Because I think they make a lot of references to.
Yeah, well, it's definitely also tongue in
I
cheek.
think they made a lot of Batman references, actually, in the movie, which I thought was interesting. So like it's all kind of like they exist, sort of.
It's also weird just to think like this is supposed to exist in the same universe as Batman v Superman existed. Especially then if there are Batman references being like, Batman goes around killing criminals. Why is Batman so lightheartedly joked about?
I feel it was more like there were Batman like toys, so it feels very much like
Yeah. Why are they making toys of a murderer?
yeah. Guess we'll find out in the next subsequence because they can do whatever the fuck they want with their money. But also, like, they have. This may be a spoiler for the end of it, but like the 5 other kids that are in that movie all get powers.
Yeah, that's a new thing that they've been doing. I'm not against it.
But it's like you have plenty of content to throw out another few movies with that. Like, one of them gets kidnapped. There's a whole movie for you. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, like, and well, I mean, one of the
They're
biggest
discovering
weaknesses
their
of the
powers.
character, one of the biggest weaknesses of the character is that it just lacks a rogues gallery. But I mean, so does Wonder Woman, and they still do fine with Wonder Woman.
I really liked Wonder Woman. Maybe I just really like Gal Gadot.
Wonder Woman was fine until the final, like the
Until
end of
the,
the
like-
third act. Yeah, when they just had like the boss battle, I was like, no.
Oh, the final boss battle.
Yeah,
that was
I really enjoyed.
disappointing.
I really enjoyed it being like World War II
Yeah.
specifically,
Yeah.
and then they brought in this supernatural element, which is part of like the original story.
Well, it wasn't even World War II, it was World War One.
It's World War One. Fuck, I'm so no. Was it World War One? No.
Yeah, because there's the No Man's Land scene.
No, it is one. It is one.
Yeah, because there's a scene where she comes out of the trenches into No Man's Land, and just like flinging the bullets off her cuffs.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
But also,
Okay.
it's why the boss scene in Captain Marvel is so satisfying. Because there
Haven't
isn't
seen
one.
it.
Oh,
Probably won't.
there's spoilers here, but yeah, Jude Law's character is just like berating her the entire film, being like, "I gave you your powers, you know, if you're gonna fight me, do it with fists, don't do it with powers. And then the end of the film, he turns out to be the villain, and he's like, come on, let's throw down. And she's like, blasts him, and he just goes flying off. She's like, cool, I win, bye. So there is no boss battle. She just blasts him and wins.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it also works well for the meta feminist message analyzingness that there is there being. Like, men try to take women in at a men's game, and women can just better them, which I mean is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of just like, yeah, women don't have to play by men's rules type of message.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that movie wasn't all that great, but is it?
No, it's not a great movie, but
Is it like a starter? Is it building for something more to happen in a sequel, or is it like now she's part of the rest of the series?
Yeah, kind of. It's definitely
now she
like
gets lumped in.
It's just like there was nothing spectacular about the movie. That was all. It's just, I think there was definitely, and this is going to sound a bit MRA-y, but they were a bit too tied down in telling that feminist message.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it's also got like good enough jokes and good enough action, and like that's the decent thing about Marvel. None of the movies are terrible. On average, like, they're all at least averagely okay.
I mean, but that's
If
what
you-
makes money, is that you can churn out 10, 15 movies of a year of averageness, rather than, like, wasting your time and, well, not wasting, but, like, putting out 5 really good movies that they will waste time and money, when you could just, like, the same people will watch all of them regardless.
Yeah, you have a captive audience, which I mean, it doesn't work too well because it's like you have to see every movie, and this movie ties to this movie, which ties to this movie, and you won't understand this movie if you don't see this
and
movie.
That, it completely, it cuts me off because I don't want to go and watch all of them. Like,
I think
not
that's
care.
why like Captain Marvel and Black Panther did so well in that there was enough of an
well.
there was enough of an independent story there that was fine, and as long as you then just ignored the end credit scenes, it was okay. And I think Black Panther even opens with like the moments from Civil War that brings Black Panther into the world, like his father dying. I'm pretty sure the opening scene is the explosion at the UN, and then it just like, cool, now we're just going to continue with the story. But it's then also interesting when I said like Captain Marvel spends too much time trying to tell that feminist message, when Black Panther is a better movie and still achieves its person of colour, anti-colonialist message.
The stakes were far higher with that movie, though, than they were with Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Far higher. Because you can argue the point, well, we've got Wonder Woman, like, as our feminist. But, like, she...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but then still people could be like, you have Blade.
I have no idea who that is, so that's probably an indication of...
Blade is a Marvel character. He's a half vampire that hunts bad vampires.
Oh, he sounds cool.
And there were a bunch of movies in the like late 90s, early noughties, and it's starring Wesley Snipes, which is a weird choice.
Oh my god, were they like terrible?
Yeah, they're terrible. The third one has Ryan Reynolds in it.
But like, are they terrible enough for me to watch them and then?
Oh yeah, they're all watchable.
But like, are they laughable? This is
at points they are quite laughable.
All right, so I'm gonna get drunk and watch all of these.
No, yeah, that's the perfect way to watch them. But yeah, early 90s superheroes movies are really, really bad. But really, like, yeah, they're good just to get wasted and just watch them. Do you think
Oh,
that's
it has a very I have completely blanked on the name of the movie. Keanu Reeves. Matrix. It's very Matrix with the long
Yes, it is
black
a little
leather
bit
trench
Matrixy.
coat.
Yeah, it is quite Matrixy. Which, seeing I mentioned Ryan Reynolds, the Detective Pikachu trailer just makes it more look like it's Deadpool Pikachu.
I still cannot believe that it's a real movie.
No,
Like I am in complete disbelief about it.
I feel like this is better than the Danny DeVito voiced Pikachu the fans were asking for.
Danny DeVito's too busy being in Dumbo.
What? Danny DeVito's in Dumbo?
Yes, he is.
Who does he play?
They've rewritten it to make it about the humans more so than than Dumbo. So there's there's children characters that are like, oh my god, the elephant, we've got to save the elephant. I think Danny DeVito's the ringmaster.
Oh.
But Eva Green, Colin Farrell, Michael Keaton, it's a huge star-studded cast.
And yet Dumbo looks terrible.
It has 47% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, also the fact that the animated Dumbo movie is 55 minutes long, and Dumbo doesn't actually fly until the last 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the best story
Dumbo.
to adapt.
Who asked for this remake?
Who asks for any of the Disney remakes?
That's true.
Look, I'm really upset about this Lion King remake because the trailer looks very strange. I don't know how I'm going to sit through.
There's already a trailer for it?
Of live action.
Yeah, there was a trailer for it.
Yeah, there's a trailer.
A long time
But
ago.
I am so fucking excited for Childish Gambino, Beyonce, Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
So
can you
how long
imagine?
into the song before we turn into Coachella?
Coachella the movie.
Coachella the movie.
That's pretty much what it's going to be.
Coachella the movie without the homophobic owner of Coachella in the narrative at all.
Also, I want to see because notoriously the Lion King video game was quite difficult. I want to see a remake of it with the live actors, and then you have Coachella the movie, the video game.
God.
It just
my
has
God.
a constant bass beat under the entire thing.
Oh yeah,
When is it going to
really
drop?
good bit tunes.
Ah dear. Oh dear. Anyway, I think we should start wrapping up. There'll be plenty more musicals and Eurovision stuff we can talk about in future episodes. So
Plenty more, provided I haven't died. Plenty more.
Plenty more. We haven't even touched on the fact that I'm going to be watching Book of Mormon in a few weeks, so I'll save that for after I've been to visit the Mormons. So what we're going to do for the outro is do a few recommendations. So recommendations are something new that we're going to have in the outros for season 3. And Anastasia, what you gonna recommend this week? Can be anything, remember?
Yeah, but I don't do anything. So
Recommend.
The recommendation
I
is
don't
Hades
know.
Town.
yeah, 2 weeks.
Again.
2 weeks in a row.
No, make it. Oh, I don't know. It can be anything, anyone. If you
A
want to.
stage production of the last 5 years. Just any stage production.
Literally any stage production.
Can I look? I was trolling Instagram today, and
I know where we're going with
you know
this.
exactly where we're going with this.
Yes.
I recently discovered the cast of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina and all of the different, Instagram accounts. And between Gavin Leatherwood and what's his name?
Chance?
No. I'm not doing well with names today. Ambrose. Ambrose is, what's his?
Chance Perdomo.
Chance? Is it? Oh, fuck.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, who else would it be?
Yeah, who else would it be? Their Instagrams are amazing. Oh, so is... fuck, I'm really not doing well with the names today. Tatiana Gabriel Hobson. Her Instagram also gives me life. Just beautiful people just doing their thing on social media.
Mm-hmm. And where can people find you? If they want to find you?
You never want to find me. At Anastasia Moen and everything.
Sweet.
Everything.
Nick?
I'm going to cheat and half recommend two things because they tie into this episode. First one is
half recommend something.
I'm half recommending two
recommend
things.
two things.
Just recommend two full things.
First is go read the latest runs of Archie comics because Sabrina is Archie's girlfriend and it's weird.
Ooh.
Oh, amazing.
Ooh, that is interesting.
I love that.
There's also like an interesting Betty and Veronica comic that's about to finish, which is like 5 issues, which is good. And the other one, because it ties in with Hadestown and Greek myths, this is a favourite of Ben and I, and also ties into D&D, which is on YouTube, Dale Kingsmill / Monarch Factory, where she tells like Greek myths, just myths in general really, but also it goes through how she runs D&D campaigns and different ideas of that nature. And other nerdy things.
Okay. And socials?
Socials, if you want to find me, is at Nick Lancroon.
Cool. What to recommend this week? I'm going to recommend a movie that I found on Netflix a few months ago. It's called Dear X. How am I going to sell this?
Give us your pitch.
What's the pitch for Dear X that will make people want to watch this?
I think you recommended it to me before and I just haven't watched it.
So TLDR is a son who hates his mother, goes to live with his now dead dad's gay lover, and what the mother and the lover do in the name of love. I think I will leave it at that because that summary in itself is very cooked and very wild. You'll just have to watch the film. It is a Taiwanese film, but it's very it hits the feels quite a bit. So just be prepared. If you have a tendency to cry, you might need tissues for that. But anyway, socials. I can be found basically everywhere as Abang Pinoy, ABANGPINOY. You can come hit us up on our podcast socials. We are found on Twitter and Instagram as Great Mates Podcast. Go sub to us and sub to our YouTube channel and sub to our separate feeds for Let's Get Deeper and Spoilers for Days on any podcast app you listen to us on. Share us to your friends. If you are on iTunes, please leave us a 5-star rating and review. This week, what we're going to ask you to review, what are we going to ask you to review? Best hot cross bun flavor and why? What else do I need to tell you guys? Obviously, in the next few weeks, keep an eye out or an ear out for Gay Christmas episode. That might happen. We don't know yet if it's going to be 1 episode or 2 episodes, but guaranteed there will be something around Gay Christmas. Who knows? But also Kim's Convenience seasons 1 to 3. Sorry,
Jesus.
Spoilercast.
Yep.
Will be coming out. Feel free to send us questions. For those of you that are listening because of the whole Kim's Convenience thing, send me questions. I'd love to answer them along with the Great Mates. We are basically, I think, 1 person away. Also, fun fact, when this episode drops, it's going to be Jamer's birthday. So go wish Jamer a happy birthday. While he's not here, I can throw him under the bus. So
happy birthday. We'll just timestamp this moment for him.
Oh yeah, I think we might as well. So yeah, go feel free to find him. If you can't find him, he'll be followed by the main podcast account. But anyway, that's going to be it for us this week. We might have an episode next week. We'll see. But because schedules and special content and stuff like that. But otherwise, see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.